Hey guys, I'm Josh Lucas. We have got to talk about the Knights of Ren in episode 9. There's all sorts of evidence to suggest that they will be in the film. So in this video, I want to break down that evidence, talk about why I'm pretty sure they're going to be in there. And then I want to speculate about what they're going to do on screen and how dope it is going to be. Alright, so we're going to get right into this, but if you like Star Wars the way I like Star Wars, definitely subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be breaking down everything about episode 9 as we head towards it next year. So, the Knights of Ren. I mean, we have been interested in these people since they were name dropped in The Force Awakens. I mean, it's such a cool name, the Knights of Ren. Of course, there's Kylo Ren. He is the leader of them, as Snoke says in The Force Awakens. We possibly see them in the Force-backed vision that Rey has in that film. And everybody's really excited about these guys, thinking that they could be a new version of the Sith or a new dark side organization. And then you fast forward to The Last Jedi and they're not mentioned at all, and we don't see them in the film. This left a lot of people confused, but rest assured, a lot of evidence points to the fact that we will be getting them in episode 9. I mean, first of all, way back in the day, a lot of people speculated that JJ was going to put them in episode 9 because he was asked in an interview if there was this one film he would really like to do if he came back to do a Star Wars movie. In that interview, he actually said he would love to do a Knights of Ren film, and the fact that he introduced them in episode 7 really made a lot of people think he was bringing them back in episode 9. But it's not just JJ's comments about doing the Knights of Ren film that make people think they're going to be in this next movie. In fact, there were recently some leaks online and some casting calls that also point to this possibility. Now, without going too spoilery into the leaks themselves, these come from storyboards that someone apparently saw, and although they are early storyboards and a lot could change before the film is actually presented to us, the audience, this same person did leak storyboards 2 years ago for The Force Awakens, and they included crazy details like Kylo killing Snoke, there being a Las Vegas of the galaxy type planet, and on and on. Now, there was some stuff in those original leaks that did end up getting changed, but for the most part, they hit the major plot point. And so this person put out leaks again, and in these leaks, it does talk about the Knights of Ren being in episode 9. Apparently, there is one storyboard in particular which shows Kylo standing in a grouping of these knights, and they are listening to him, possibly getting some kind of a lesson or teaching in dark side power. Also, it was uncovered that there was a casting call for 6 young men in their 20s who would be working with Adam Driver. This really makes people believe that they cast the Knights of Ren and that they're definitely going to be in episode 9. So the question becomes from there, what would the Knights of Ren be doing in the film? Well, according to the leaks, they're going to be tracking down Force users with Kylo Ren. And once again, I don't want to get too spoilery into all the different details of the leaks. I've already done a video covering that, which I'll link in the description if you want the full gamut of all of the leaks. But one thing that is particularly interesting in the leaks, and I think has a lot to do with what the Knights of Ren will be doing, is the fact that it talks about how a lot of Force users in the galaxy are coming to Rey for protection. These are Force users that are old or Force users that are young. And you sort of juxtapose that against what Kylo Ren is doing, and he and the Knights are tracking down Force sensitive people in the galaxy themselves. And he's also trying to find a leak, but that's like a totally different plot. So essentially what I think is going on here is Kylo recognizes that a lot of the Force users in the galaxy are gathering to the light side, to the Jedi, and to Rey. And then he is going to go out and take the Knights of Ren around to try and recruit or destroy other Force users in the galaxy. Now, my fanboyish hope for the Knights of Ren is that they will replace the Sith as the predominant dark side using faction in in the galaxy. This would be so freaking cool, and I've got a couple of different reasons why. Number one, if Kylo Ren is this new emperor and sort of solidifying his place in the galaxy, which really feels like it's going to stand right up there with Emperor Palpatine and Vader, and if he is doing that, it would be so fitting for him to introduce a new dark side order. Besides, he says in The Last Jedi, it's time to let old things die. The Sith, the Jedi, the Resistance. He's really all about just letting all of that die and creating his own new thing. Now, there was another casting call that I found particularly interesting. This all has to do with the Mara character. Now, Mara Jade is, of course, the famous EU character that did end up falling in love and marrying Luke Skywalker. That was the path to a bunch of future Skywalkers and crazy, generational Skywalker drama, which is awesome. But before she did all of that, she was actually the Emperor's hand. She was this totally badass, just assassin, Sith-powered lady that was the hand of the Emperor. Whatever he needed done, she would go do. And that is when she went to go kill Luke Skywalker. And so they're obviously not going to do the Mara Jade character the exact same way. But I do think it would be pretty awesome if we had a female Knight of Ren that was named Mara. And she became sort of the same thing, like the hand of the Emperor, which in this case would be Kylo Ren. Also, like, considering where the Rey and Kylo Reylo thing is going to go, it would be kind of cool to have like a love triangle there with perhaps this Sith-powered lady that Kylo was kind of into. There's actually a whole other thing within the leaks that kind of makes me think that there could definitely be this love triangle thing going on, but I'll save that for another video. Now, my opinion here is that Kylo Ren will either go into exile with Rey or he will die in episode 9, but I'd love for the Knights of Ren to actually last beyond him, to persist, and to again become the new dark side faction in the galaxy. I also think it would be terrific if the Mara Jade character, or the Mara character that Disney has created, would somehow be in charge of this Knights of Ren organization after Kylo either dies or goes into exile. That way you could have the new Jedi fighting against this new dark side faction. They'd be reverent to Kylo Ren, they'd remember Kylo Ren, and they would be ruled by this Mara character, so that in the future, maybe future Skywalkers or Rey and her Jedi could have someone to fight against. But that's basically the news. Like I said, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that the Knights of Ren will be in episode 9. I'm pretty freaking hyped on that. I can't wait to see them. I hope they all have red lightsabers and that they are the new Sith for this new saga. What do you think about this news? Do you think they're definitely going to be in the film? And do you have any cool theories about what they might be doing in episode 9? Whatever your thoughts are about that, let me know in the comment section below. Before we get out of here, I want to shout out Lemonade, who got the nerd card question correct in my episode 9 leaks video. You definitely know your stuff when it comes to Star Wars, so shout out to you, Lemonade. And we're gonna go ahead and do another nerd card question right now. So the nerd card question is, what was the name of Luke Skywalker's fake wife from The Last Jedi novelization? If you don't know what I'm talking about, in The Last Jedi novelization, Luke Skywalker is having a vision or a dream of a different life on Tatooine, and in that life he has a wife. So I want to know, what was the name of that fake wife that Luke had in that novel? Answer that question in the comment section below. You can click below to watch more dope videos. You can click our icon to subscribe to get all of our future content. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and nerdy day, and I will see you in the next video.